brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process, we decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Wolma.
I'm Ryla Gray.
And I'm Lindsay Boersma.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
I've always wanted to go out to eat with like 2 or 3 other people and our mutual imaginary friend. And like we just act like somebody's there the whole time and just carry on, order them food and just be like, just act like George is in the bathroom the whole time. Do you know what I mean?
That can be done. That can be done. I mean,
you would have to tip the server huge because I'm a server and I hate.
That's what I was just about to say. I waited tables before. I wouldn't think twice about it. I'd be like, all right, whatever.
Right. Because you see weird shit all the time. So.
Yeah, you do.
So would you like order food for your imaginary friend and then
I would turn to him and be like, George, what do you want? And there's nobody there. But you would have to have other people with you, like acting like George was also there. 1 to 2 other people fully committing.
So there's one imaginary friend and then 3 people. Like, not everybody has a separate imaginary friend.
No, it's the same one.
So say if this is George, do they actually eat? So when the server's gone, do you guys like quick eat the food off the plate? Or do you like leave it and be like, George isn't feeling good, he's going to take a box. We're going to take this home.
I say we actually eat it.
Okay.
Eat it.
When you eat it, do you like sneak it out, like off of their plate, like hoping that nobody nearby notices?
I think, yeah. And I think in a booth, you can definitely get away with it. Especially if you did something like popcorn, shrimp, and fries. Easy. Easy.
That way, if anything happened, you can be like, George, why aren't you eating? You know what? I got this ketchup bottle. I bet you eat.
Bet you like that, George.
Right.
Would you leave and say, George, you got the bill, right?
Oh.
Dine and dash.
Nope. I would never, ever. I mean, like, I would probably, like, if I did all that, I would leave the server, like, $100 tip because they had to deal with my bullshit.
Would George leave a tip, too?
If George would leave his number.
How would you feel if the server just didn't even acknowledge it, though? If they, like, were totally not phased? Or even if they acknowledged George, but not in, like, a fun way. They're just like, all right, fine. Yeah, we'll get you George the meal.
That's what's going to happen.
Would that take the fun out of it for you?
I think that, like, I feel like if I had clever people with me, we could figure something out. You know, like, believe me, even if the server's not reacting, they're going back and telling everyone in the kitchen about the crazy people at table, whatever.
They still going to bring that order out. The server don't care. As long as
and I don't care how the server reacts. All of a sudden, you're going to have a bunch of other servers coming out and peeping out. You're going to notice people walking out the kitchen and taking a look. George is definitely getting dessert, even though he has diabetes.
Is it George's birthday? Should you try and pull that?
No, he's Jehovah's Witness, so he doesn't even celebrate anyways.
Try to get them to sing. Try to get the staff to come out and sing to this chair. Happy birthday.
That would be good. Yeah.
Like he's right here. He's listening.
Because I used to work at Logan's and I had to do birthdays and that was awful.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody started to pick on you, would one of you like yell to them and say, her boyfriend is dead? Like make a scene about how they're the bad
make
guy.
a scene with George. Be like, how dare you say that to the waitress? Just keep apologizing for the shit George is saying.
Right.
I'm sorry he talked to you like that. Look, just bring him a coffee.
Right. He's been drinking. He sort of overdid it tonight. Get up, George.
Exactly. I think let's go to Denny's right now, guys.
The Waffle House.
Are there any left in Michigan?
Yeah. Denny's and Waffle Houses, yes. There's a few.
Is there a real George? Or do you want to...
No, but I do have an imaginary friend named Kevin, who is also my friend at work's mutual imaginary friend. And Kevin has a very interesting life that we tell people about, and everyone at work is convinced that we have the same friend named Kevin.
Wow.
But
there you go.
Pulls all kinds of shenanigans, but Kevin's not real.
Oh, so this is a prank that you're familiar with and you've practiced at doing.
No, because this one's a long haul. Like, my coworkers think that me and another coworker worked together before and have this friend Kevin, and we never have. Like, and we just make up stories about Kevin, and we say that Kevin's with us, and like there is no Kevin or Meredith, the girl that broke up with him.
Oh man, they got a whole backstory.
Yeah, so this is like we're just like conning all our coworkers. I just want to go do this to a random stranger.
Is there a Kevin Facebook page?
No, Kevin's not on social media. He's doing a lot of drugs. He's like kind of paranoid.
If he did, he'd probably just have a profile picture of a waterfall or something.
Right. I mean, he plays a lot of hacky sack, lives in his aunt's basement. You know?
Ooh.
So this is like a catfishing once removed,
Yeah.
sort of. I guess it's not catfishing because you're not setting up a romance. You're just setting up a...
Well, they could be. Maybe someone in your office is like really into Kevin. And they're like, what's Kevin been up to?
Mm-hmm.
It's a restaurant, so that's a little reason why like this can kind of fly. And it started because I kept telling everyone Kevin said hello because everybody knows Kevin, and it got real fun. And then it just got out.
What restaurant you work at?
Logan's? No, not anymore.
Okay.
I work for a brewery in Kalamazoo. So
Oh, I should just show up one day like, I'm Kevin. How's everybody doing? They'll be like, oh shit, Kevin's here.
I was at this music festival recently, and we were seeing Big Boy from Outkast. These two little girls came up, and they were so excited to be there. This little girl's like, yeah, my dad used to know Big Boy, just tell the whole story or whatever. And I let him like get up front in front of me and my husband because the little girls, they're adorable. And anyways, these little girls are like 12, and they start talking about Kevin. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys know Kevin? And they're like, yeah. And I goes, okay, I'm going to ask you again, but we're going to film it. And so I was like, hey, do you guys know Kevin? They're like, yeah, we know Kevin. And I said,
Oh man.
Building up some alibis, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe you could call this reverse catfishing. Because you know it's not real, but they don't know it's not real.
Right.
I don't
And you're not gaining anything from it except the fun of it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just it's for my own pleasure.
As long as you don't do like, oh, Kevin has cancer, I'm setting up a GoFundMe.
Oh,
No, it's usually like, can you believe Kevin's parents are paying for him to be a certified skydive instructor? It's never going to happen.
no. That's cool.
Well, you know what? I believe in him. I think he can do it.
I mean,
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work if you didn't have one other person in the office corroborating your story. So it's working well. Sounds like it's a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
I could never pull anything like this off. I'm a horrible liar.
I do it all the time. I like will walk up to random coworkers. I'm like, okay, guys, who are we fucking with today? Like, what do we do? All the time.
I do see the fun in it. I mean, it's better than talking about the weather or some boring shit, you know?
Probably makes the day go fast for her.
I mean, I'm 40 years old and I work with kids in their 20s. I have to, like, you know.
Oh, at the brewery, yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to talk about? Our mom jeans? You know.
We can wrap it up. Any comedy shows or podcasts or anything you're doing that you want to plug?
I've got a couple of things coming up. I'm going to be at the Night Spot on August 21st. And then I'm going to be performing drag at the Harmony Hall on the 27th of August. So if you're interested in some man drag, that's what I do. You can also find me on TikTok. I do some very harsh anti-Christian Satanist stuff on TikTok.
Wow.
You can see me there at 60 Seconds with Satan. That's me.
I have a male drag alter ego. His name is Dwayne, the Putain Man. He's actually like a feminist.
Thursday, I'll be at Solar Detroit. It's my bi-weekly show. It's in Sterling Heights, just outside Lakeside Mall. Showtime's 8 o'clock. This week we got Danny Lynn and Karam Sheik. He's a pretty cool guy. I am headlining all weekend at Starters in the city of Detroit. And also Saturday, I'm 2 shows, Starters, and I'm in Ferndale with Mike Ball. So this is a busy week for me in comedy, but we're having fun doing it. All we're doing is making people laugh because that's what we need to do.
I'm taking Mike Green's comedy class at One Night Stands. The graduation show is Friday, September 2nd. And then I have a Twitch thing. It's called Gamey McFitness. I build these exercise machines that have video game controllers in them, like that one.
Oh, yeah.
This has been a production of Planet Ant Podcast, powered by Pinecast.